You've been playing guitar for a while now, right? Like, long enough you thought you'd be playing like a pro by now? Well, the truth is the pro sound doesn't come from years of playtime. It comes from learning just a few of the right skills that open up the fretboard and give you real freedom in your playing. And after playing professionally for a decade, I've narrowed it down to just 3 tricks that, when done well, actually feel like you're cheating the system and hacking your way into musicianship. So let's get into it with hack 1, which is going to be chord tone targeting. Now, you don't need to target chord tones when you're soloing, right? You can just play licks in the pentatonic scale, but it's gonna sound a little bit like this. But you see, it doesn't really sound like we're following the music the same way it does when we're following the chord tones like this. But how can we actually start to have this skill? Well, let's walk over this chord progression. If you didn't pick up already, this chord progression is Ain't No Sunshine from, I believe, Bill Withers. Classic song. It might get called at a jam sesh. It's a good one to know. So let's go over the chords of this progression. And just from those shapes, we can find all of the notes that we need to target. So we're looking for, right now, the thirds of the chord. And the third of the chord is what decides it being major or minor. So you'll notice as we're switching between this kind of A minor shape, when we go to this G shape, if you play A minor and you play G, only one note is actually changing as far as the shape. Like if you did it in one spot, right? That's the note we're looking for. So we have our third on the G string, and then we have open G for that E minor third, and then 4 on G for that G chord. And then we come back. Not too bad, right? I was a little early. And then when we come up to these next chords, we have this E minor 7. Our third for those two, the E minor 7, I was kind of doing like a walk down, doing the little E flat to D minor 7. I actually don't even think that's in this song. I think it's just, but I like to sauce it up. We're gonna be on the B string. So playing the third around the whole progression would look like this. Which brings us to hack 2, which is creating vocal phrases. Now, music isn't really found on the guitar, right? Like we found those thirds, but that wasn't the most musical thing. True musical ideas are found in your fucking dome, right? When you sit there and you go, you might feel stupid doing that, right? I mean, I probably look stupid doing that, but at the end of the day, that's how you're going to get the musical ideas. So, when you want to create vocal lines that follow these chord tones, these thirds, what you want to do is first sing with the thirds like this. And do it with the track. Ha, ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 ba, da, da, da. And you want to really internalize that into your head, like maybe even do that a few times so that your head really is stuck on those notes, and then you can find vocal ideas using them. So we have da, ba, da, ra, da. See, I'm just kind of riffing other notes, like da, ra, da, 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 ra, da, 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 ba, ba, da, ra, ba, ba, da, da, and when you're actually doing this and you're playing, you don't have to sit there and do the whole thing. What I would do is try and come up with one. So like, ba, da, ba, da, da, and then try and find it. Ba, 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 ba. What did I play? Da, ba, ba, da, ba, da. That's what it was. Ba, 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 ba. So then I can find it with the track. And as you do that more and more, you can start to tighten it and come up with the vocals while you're playing, which is really powerful. It look like this. Ba, ba, da, 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 ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, 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 ba, ba, da, ba, 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 da, ba, 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 ba. Which brings us to hack 3, which is actually listening to the music. Listening to the music is probably the most important skill when it comes to actually improvising and creating phrases that people can resonate with. Now, when I say that, I don't just mean going like, oh, okay. No, especially a backing track like this or a loop or whatever you got going on, it doesn't change. In a live setting though, it changes constantly. You have musicians playing slightly different rhythms, slightly different grooves, and you need to pick up on that. That is your foundation to play over. If you don't know what's going on, how are you going to play over it? And furthermore, not only is it important to listen to the other musicians in a live context, but to listen to yourself. To almost be self-aware of what you're playing, right? You don't want to just be playing, you don't want to not know what you're playing. And it sounds obvious when I say it like that, but when you're playing, a lot of guitarists do this, everything they're playing is kind of its own idea. So you go and you play and you're like, right? Da 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 da. And then you're like, okay, what am I gonna do next? Da 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 da. What am I gonna do next? Da 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 da. What am I gonna do next? But instead of thinking about what you can do next, think about what you just played and how you can play a response to it. Like if you're having a conversation with someone and you say, how is your day going today? And they respond with, dude, castles are awesome. You're gonna be like, what? You know, it doesn't make sense. You ask them, dude, how's your day going? And they go, oh man, like it was pretty good, woke up, went to the... It actually answers the question. So when you're creating phrases on the guitar, you want to answer yourself. So think about that phrase I played a while ago. Ba, 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 ba. If I wanted to answer that, I would ask myself, what could I play that would sound like a response to that? So we have ba, 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 ba. Maybe a da, 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 and then I could repeat it. Da, 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 and then I could do like a ba-da, ba-da, ba, and I'm on that new spot, and I would think, what response to ba-da, da, 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 da. Da, 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 and then that's on the next chord too, on that third. Da, 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 boom, bum, ba, da, bum, boom, ba. And when I'm playing live, I genuinely do not know what I'm gonna be playing more than 2 or 3 beats or seconds ahead of what I'm doing. Because the music kind of has to find you naturally. You kind of have to get comfortable, I don't want to say being lost, but being fluid in what you do. Being comfortable not knowing what you're going to play because you know that you can listen to what you just played and find an idea. So when I'm improvising, to me, I kind of feel like I'm listening. I'm just listening to ideas in my head and playing them. I'm not actively really doing a whole lot. And it's hard to reach that flow state, but the more you sing with your guitar in this fashion, the closer you can get to that. You want to be at a point where you really can, like, da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da 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 ba ba da ba da ba da ba boom ba ba da boom ba boom ba ba. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna tell you how far ahead I know I'm gonna play. So I know I'm gonna start with like this. So that's what I know so far. And then that's all I knew. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do, but let's do this. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Don't know what I'm gonna do. See, I constantly don't know what I'm gonna do, but almost as in life, you have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. You have to be allowing yourself to be in the unknown to find the good idea. By the way, if you made it this far, I know you wanna play like a pro, so I made this video just for you to show you how I can help you play all over the fretboard in 6 months.